I found the texts at 2 a.m. Not a guess. Not a vibe. Hard proof. My wife. My best friend. In my own bed. My hands shook so bad, I dropped my phone. But I didn't scream. I didn't pack a bag. I didn't even wake her up. I just laid there in the dark, listening to her breathe, and made a promise to myself. I wouldn't say a word. Not for a week. Not for a month. I'd give them exactly 90 days to dig their own graves. And when the clock hit 0, I didn't just ruin them. I erased them. Stick around. Because this ain't about anger. This is about patience. And the coldest revenge you'll ever hear. If you've ever been betrayed by the two people you trusted most, if you've ever swallowed your pride while watching Liar's Playhouse, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and get comfortable. American Sleep Tales drops fresh, high-impact revenge stories every single day. Let's get into it. The crack in the glass. People think betrayal hits like a lightning strike.
Loud. Sudden.
Blinding.
Nah.
Real betrayal hits like a slow leak. You don't hear it at first. You just feel the pressure dropping. You notice the little things first. The way she started leaving her phone face down on the kitchen counter. The way work meetings suddenly ran late 3 nights a week. The way my best friend, Marcus, stopped inviting me to weekend hangouts, always hitting me with some weak excuse about family stuff or car trouble. I brushed it off. We all do. You tell yourself you're overthinking it. You tell yourself marriage gets weird sometimes. You tell yourself friendship fades. You keep telling yourself lies until the truth slaps you across the face. That Tuesday night, I woke up thirsty. Rolled over. Reached for my phone to check the time. Screen lit up. One notification. A message preview. From Marcus. To her. Just 3 words. Still asleep? My stomach dropped like I'd missed a step on a dark staircase. I didn't open it. I didn't need to. The timestamp said 1:47 a.m.
She was right next to me.
Breathing steady. Phone on silent. Charged to 82%. I set it back down. Closed my eyes. Felt my pulse hammering in my throat. I could have woken her up. Could have demanded answers. Could have thrown the phone across the room. Packed a bag. Walked out into the cold. But I didn't. Because in that moment, something clicked. A switch flipped. Cold.
Clear.
Calculated. If I confronted her now, she'd cry. She'd deny. She'd blame stress. She'd spin it into me being paranoid, controlling, insecure. Marcus would play the loyal brother, clap me on the back, tell me to work it out. They'd gaslight me right back into compliance. And I'd be stuck in the same loop, guessing, doubting, drowning in their lies. Nah. Not this time. I made a decision right then. I wouldn't react. I wouldn't accuse. I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. I'd play the part. The tired husband. The oblivious friend. The guy who still believed in the life we built. And while they thought they were getting away with it, I'd be watching. Learning. Documenting. Building a case so tight they wouldn't have a single exit route. I gave them 90 days. 90 days to keep lying. 90 days to keep sneaking around. 90 days to think they were untouchable. And when day 90 hit, I'd pull the rug so hard they wouldn't even know what floor they were standing on. The 90-day silence. The next morning, I made coffee like normal. Kissed her forehead like normal. Texted Marcus a dumb meme like normal. On the surface, nothing changed. Underneath, everything shifted. I was operating on a different frequency now. Every conversation was a data point. Every scheduled change was a clue. Every glance, every tone, every missed call became part of the puzzle that I started small. Checked our joint bank statements. Noticed a pattern. Cash withdrawals. Always on Thursdays. Always $200. Always from the ATM near her office. I didn't say anything. Just logged it. Then I checked our credit card history. Hotel charges. Not fancy ones. Budget motels. Off the interstate. Paid with a prepaid gift card she bought at the gas station. Clever. Or so she thought. I screenshot everything. Saved it to a hidden cloud folder. Password protected. Backed up to 3 different drives. I started tracking their movements. Not in a creepy, stalker way. In a strategic, evidence-gathering way. I knew her work schedule. I knew his gym routine. I knew when the house was empty. I started leaving early on client calls that didn't exist.
Parked 2 blocks down. Watched.
Waited. Documented. Day 12. She left at 6:15 p.m. Said she was grabbing groceries. Took the back route. Pulled into a strip mall parking lot. Marcus's truck was already there. Engine off. Windows tinted. They stayed inside for 40 minutes. Didn't even get out.
Just sat there.
Talking. Laughing. Touching. I filmed it from my car. Long lens. Steady hands. No shaking. No rage. Just cold, hard documentation. Day 28. I started moving money. Quietly. Legally. I opened a separate checking account under my name only. Transferred my paycheck directly into it. Closed joint credit cards. Opened new ones in my name. Changed passwords on every account. Email. Banking. Socials. Home security system. I didn't lock her out. I just made sure I controlled the keys. She didn't notice. Or if she did, she didn't care. She was too busy playing house with my best friend to notice the foundation was cracking. Day 45. The emotional toll hit. You can't fake normal for 45 days straight without it eating at you. I'd be washing dishes and suddenly my chest would tighten. I'd be driving and have to pull over because my vision blurred. I'd lie in bed next to her, listening to her sleep, wondering if she was dreaming about him, wondering if she ever thought about me, wondering if any of it was real. I started seeing a therapist, not to fix the marriage, to keep my head straight, to stay sharp, to not let the anger cloud the plan. He told me to focus on the end game, to remember why I was doing this, not for revenge, for closure, for justice, for the version of me that deserved better. I held on to that. Day 60, they got sloppy, complacent. That's what happens when you think you're winning. You stop looking over your shoulder. You start leaving trails. She forgot to delete a photo from her camera roll.
A selfie.
Reflection in a diner window. Him sitting across from her, holding hands, under the table. I saved it, printed it, filed it. She started using my Netflix account to watch shows he liked. Left the profile logged in. Watch history showed late-night binges. Episodes streamed at 2 a.m. from his IP address. I didn't confront her. I just watched, smiled,
Nodded.
played the part. The oblivious husband, the trusting friend, the guy who still believed the lie. Day 75. I hired a lawyer, not a shark, a strategist. Sat in his office, laid out the folder, bank records, photos, timestamps, IP logs, credit card trails. He flipped through it, nodded, said, "You got more than enough. This ain't just adultery. This is financial deception, asset concealment, breach of marital trust. We can file for divorce. Secure your assets. Freeze joint accounts. Request temporary spousal support reversal. And if you want, we can send a cease and desist to your friend for interference with marital relations. Though honestly, you don't need to. The divorce papers will do the talking." I signed everything, paid the retainer, set the filing date for day 90.
Exactly.
No sooner, no later. I wanted them to feel safe right up until the ground vanished. Building the trap. The last 2 weeks were a masterclass in patience. I kept up the routine.
Kissed her goodbye.
Texted Marcus dumb sports stats. Laughed at jokes that made my stomach turn. Smiled when they talked about weekend plans that definitely didn't include me. I was a ghost in my own life. Watching from the shadows. Waiting for the clock to tick down. I prepared the house. Not physically. Digitally. Financially. Legally. I changed the locks on the safe. Moved important documents to a storage unit. Backed up family photos to an external drive. Canceled joint subscriptions. Redirected mail to a P.O. box. I didn't want chaos on moving day. I wanted precision. I wanted control. I wanted them to walk into a reality they couldn't argue with. I also prepared myself. Emotionally. Mentally. I knew the confrontation would be ugly. She'd cry. He'd deflect. They'd try to spin it. Try to play victim. Try to make me look like the crazy one who overreacted. I rehearsed my lines.
Kept them short.
kept them calm. No yelling, no insults, no emotional dumping. Just facts, just dates, just evidence, just the truth, delivered so quietly it would echo louder than any scream. Day 89. I packed a single duffel bag.
Clothes.
Toiletries, laptop, hard drives, lawyers' contact info. I left it in the trunk of my car, parked in the driveway, ready. I slept in the guest room, told her I had a headache. She didn't care. She was already texting him. I heard the notification chime, felt the vibration through the floor, closed my eyes,
Counted to 10.
breathed in, breathed out. Tomorrow it ends. The reckoning. Day 90, 7 a.m. I walked into the kitchen. She was scrolling on her phone, coffee in hand, hair messy, pajamas. Looked up, smiled. Morning, babe. Sleep okay? I didn't smile back. I just set a manila folder on the table, slid it toward her. Open it. She frowned, picked it up, flipped it open. First page, bank statements, highlighted withdrawals. Second page, hotel receipts, prepaid card trail. Third page, photo, diner window, hands under the table. Fourth page, Netflix watch history, IP logs, timestamps. Fifth page, divorce petition.
Filed.
Notarized. Effective immediately. Her face went pale, then red, then white again. Hands shook. Phone clattered onto the counter. What is this? This is the last 90 days of your life, I said, voice steady. No tremor, no rage, just flat, cold truth. You thought I didn't know. You thought I was too blind to see it,
Too stupid to check.
too weak to leave. You were wrong. I knew on day one. I just waited,
Let you dig.
let you slip, let you build your own exit ramp. And now, you're standing at the edge. She stood up. Chair scraped the floor. You're crazy. This is invasion of privacy. You can't just, I cut in. Because it's my house, my accounts, my marriage. And you broke it.
Not me. You.
And Marcus. Where is he, by the way? Still sleeping off your little Thursday night special? Her eyes widened. Panic set in. She grabbed her phone, dialed him, put it on speaker. He answered on the second ring. Hey, what's up? Marcus, I said. Leaned forward. Check your email. Silence. Then a sharp inhale. What did you do? I filed for divorce.
Froze the joint accounts.
Changed the locks on the safe. Redirected the mail. Hired a lawyer. And sent you both a copy of the evidence folder. Bank records. Photos. IP logs. Hotel receipts. Everything. You've got 24 hours to vacate the premises. After that, I'm changing the security codes, calling the cops for trespassing, and letting the court handle the rest. Don't test me. He tried to laugh. It came out cracked. Man, you're blowing this out of proportion. It was just, we made a mistake. It didn't mean anything. Didn't mean anything? I repeated. You spent 3 months lying to my face, sleeping in my bed, spending my money, using my trust as a punching bag. And you think it didn't mean anything?
Nah.
It meant everything. It meant you don't respect me. It means you don't respect her. It means you don't respect yourself. So pack your bags. Both of you. Get out of my house. Get out of my life. And don't ever contact me again. I hung up, stood up, walked to the door, grabbed my keys, didn't look back. She was crying now, begging, promising it would stop, swearing she loved me. I didn't stop, didn't turn around, didn't soften, because love doesn't live in secret hotel rooms. Love doesn't hide behind deleted texts. Love doesn't steal from the people who trust it most. That I got in my car, drove to the lawyer's office, signed the final papers, deposited the divorce filing fee, walked out into the sunlight, felt the air hit my face, felt the weight lift, not all at once, but enough. Enough to breathe, enough to move forward, enough to know I did the right thing. The payoff and aftermath. They left that evening. I watched from the porch as Marcus loaded his truck. She followed with 2 suitcases. Didn't look at the house.
Didn't look at me. Just got in.
Drove off. Taillights faded into the dusk. I locked the gate. Turned off the porch light. Went inside. The house was quiet. Different quiet. Not empty. Just clear. Like static finally cutting out. I made coffee. Sat at the table. Opened the folder one last time. Looked at the evidence. Not with anger. With closure. This wasn't about destroying them. It was about freeing myself. About drawing a line so thick they couldn't cross it again. About proving to myself that I wouldn't beg for respect. I'd demand it. Or I'd walk away. Weeks passed. The divorce process smoothly. No court battles. No drama. They signed. They left. They disappeared. I heard through mutual friends that Marcus lost his job. Something about trust issues at work. She moved in with her sister. Started therapy. Tried to reach out once. Sent a long email. Apologies. Regrets. Promises. I didn't reply. Deleted it. Archived it. Moved on. I rebuilt. Slowly. Deliberately. Focused on my health. My career. My peace. Started going to the gym. Took up hiking. Reconnected with friends who actually gave a damn. Learned to trust my gut again. Learned that silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. It's space. It's the breath you take before you swing. And yeah, it hurt. For a while. You don't share years of your life with someone and just snap your fingers. But pain fades. Clarity stays. And I'd rather have clarity with an empty bed than lies with a full one. Revenge ain't about yelling. It's about waiting. It's about letting people hang themselves with their own lies. You don't need to scream to win. You just need to stop playing their game. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. And sometimes that whisper is the loudest thing you'll ever hear. Hey, if you enjoyed this story tonight, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button on American Sleep Tales. We drop brand new 2 long Reddit revving stories for sleep every single day. More stories just for you. Hope you enjoy it. All kinds of stories, revenge, karma, real-life drama, and peaceful tales to help you fall into deep sleep. So go ahead, subscribe right now, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next story. Sleep tight, my friend. You did good today. Now let everything go and drift off.